I just want to take a nap.
Recording this video, then we're going to go and drink.
Yeah, but drink responsibly.
That's
very
true. No, that's
responsibly.
very true.
First of all, Millennium gives me PTSD.
You and Melvin better behave today. I don't want no demons. We want no devils in this church. We want the Lord. And that's it. Yes, Lord. Hey yo. Welcome back.
That's going to be our 1K jingle. I hope you guys know. You guys, when we reach 1K, Shari is supposed to sing, so better subscribe.
Do you want to record this video?
Better be subscribing.
Hi guys, welcome back to Shnaks. To be honest, this video is a bit of a freestyle, but ain't nobody ever died from no freestyle, so we'll be fine. Alright guys, so this is a topic that I think a lot of us speak about, but like very briefly. We just tip packs. But I think me and Ethel want to try and speak about it extensively, and we genuinely haven't prepped.
Nope.
All
we had was like the idea, the big idea.
So let's see how it goes. But I think let's chat, guys.
Let's have a conversation.
Look out for each other.
Let's have a conversation.
Make sure we're all okay.
Yeah.
And so Ethel and I are just gonna talk about drinking culture in Uganda. And also just how it generally relates to our mental health, particularly within our age group, which is, I guess, like...
And as Ugandans, like, our age group and in this country, like, specifically in Uganda, we've had the idea for a while. It's been something that we have conversations about for a while, and we thought it would be cool to open up a discussion and a dialogue about the ways that we support each other and the ways that we can support each other more, because I don't think that where we're at right now is like the ideal or where we should be, but I think we're on the way somewhere, or we'd like to be somewhere.
Huge disclaimer: if you're not Ugandan and you're watching this, I think we have we have the number one alcohol intake in the world. One thing about us, guys, we know how to enjoy, and I love that. But where do you draw the line? Where do you actually sit and think about why our drinking culture is the way it is? I think there's so many reasons. But I think that's just kind of what we want to get into.
True.
And we hope you enjoy the video.
So we want to start by discussing what our drinking habits, or where our drinking habits started from, and how they've sort of like
evolved or changed or not changed, man.
Are they still the same? Do you want to go first? Should I go first? I gotta go first. I feel like I had my first drink with Shari, actually.
Oh my god, in South Africa, right?
Yeah. It was a Smirnoff.
I bought her first drink.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I made her sneak it into the cinema.
The influence, guys, the influence. But it was a Smirnoff spin. So I started drinking in uni. Yeah. It was a Smirnoff spin, and like ever since then, I think for like a majority of my undergrad, I think I would drink mainly wine by myself, like as a in my room or whatever, to chill and stuff. But then when I'd go out, I was never like a heavy drinker. I could count the number of times I was until my fourth year, or until the holidays at school.
Even those ESOP parties,
like they weren't as like when I drink a lot was like Uganda. So when I'd come back home holidays,
I didn't know that.
I would go because I never really
but
enjoyed and I don't want to say enjoying equals drinking a lot, but I just never reached that phase until my holidays when I come back home, and then fourth year is when I was back at school. That's when I started enjoying myself.
So by fourth year honors?
Yeah.
So Cape Town?
Yeah, Cape Town.
Guys, I'm a bad influence.
Yeah, she really is. In case she did not know.
I'm not.
And then how I drink now, sometimes I also feel like I started drinking late, so I feel like I'm kind of new on the in terms of the drinking scene. But then I've also reached a point where these days I think I am a very, I don't want to say controlled or responsible drinker, because that is really a lie, but I'm not as excited by alcohol. Yes, I used to be very oh, what's the plan for today? Where are we going? What's
drinking
happening?
to die. Like, you are like, let's do 10 shots.
Let's go,
now.
let's
Then
go,
after
let's
that,
go.
Let's happy hour. Let's do 6 Long Islands.
Now I'm
Oh
like, I
my
think
God.
also because of responsibility, it's like, you know, that like it's a Wednesday night or it's a Thursday night and I need to have a day tomorrow. Like I need to have a productive day and be a human being. So it's like I think that's how it has shifted. It has become very adult and kind of boring. But then also I love me some tequila.
Yeah, I was about to say, girl, what do you mean?
I love
adult and
tequila.
controlled? Because when that bottle is placed in front of this girl,
I love tequila, guys, and
Kugana comes alive.
yeah, I can't lie that like shots is it's just like my conversation starter. It's just a way of, it's even a polite thing when you offer someone a shot. I find it polite. Like, would you like a shot? I find it very nice.
I also started drinking in uni. I started drinking when I was 18 or 19 or something. Guys, I remember when I was a kid, I was so against alcohol. Not a kid, but like maybe a tween. I was like really against alcohol, probably because I went to Word of Life. But I remember, and also I grew up in a home where alcohol was not taboo. It was not a bad thing. Like my parents drank responsibly. Whenever guests came over, there was alcohol. My siblings are way older than me, so they also drank. Like alcohol has never been a thing where I'm like, oh my. But still, I was just like very against it. And my dad just laughed and he told me, if by the time you're 18 you still haven't drank, I'll buy you a car. And then I started drinking at that exact age. But yeah, I started drinking also literally first year, like all week. Like that's when I like touched alcohol, or even experiencing even just getting tipsy or drunk from alcohol. Because of course I had tasted wine or beer or whatever. I'd sipped on those things before. But like getting intoxicated, like feeling like, yeah, I'm lit. Definitely uni. And surprisingly, I didn't drink as much. Similarly, I just thought it was different for us. I didn't drink as much in South Africa in comparison to how much I drink here. And I know South Africans drink, but I don't think they compare. I don't think they compare. So I think also, guys, like I wasn't necessarily new to going out because again, my siblings, but I wasn't really a drinker. So even going out in South Africa and people would think they're drinking, I'd be like, really, guys? Okay, so then my drinking also had a lot to do with my mental health. I think that in hindsight, I realized that I definitely had a period where drinking, like, like my second year, third year, alcohol, like coming home, it was just coming home to booze and party. Yeah. But I also realized that it was a heavy form of escapism for me, but also maybe a form of self-harm and just being like, whatever. But mostly escapism, because then it allowed me to run away from just everything I was thinking and going through. Like, and I did some dangerous things. I remember the first time I ever got put on medication, I was told, like, you can't drink. I swallowed my first pill with a Long Island, literally. Like, went to my appointment, went to therapy, and then I said, it was the days of probably Arena or something like that, where are we going? But I also agree that me and Ethel definitely, and any of our friends that know us know this, like we definitely started going out very late. There's places that people talk about and we've never experienced them, we've never gone there, us who are in our homes. And so I think also part of us starting to drink late, because uni is quite late, part of us starting to drink late is also that like our energy for drinking was it was a bit higher. Well, I guess most people were maybe coming down or kind of more used to it. I think my brother and my mom also laugh at me and they're like, the way you used to drink. And I think it's because I was learning, guys, like just mixing things. You come home, you're boozed, you can't stand where you're saying, like just blacking out weird things. It wasn't happening all the time. I can count the number of times that's happened. But the fact that it even happened, I was just like an immature, young, excited person. How I feel like my drinking has changed. I think same thing as Ethel. I have my days, I have my moments. There's times when I decide like today we're going to enjoy. We're going out of town, whatever. But I don't think I don't even have the energy or that. And I feel like you're even more controlled than me. Like Shari has become. I was actually talking about it the other day, and it's so weird. Like me and Ethel do a lot together, but I definitely think she goes out more than me. She doesn't go out a lot. Yes, but between the two of us, she goes out more. Yes, and she definitely drinks more. Like my drinking has calmed down a lot. Yeah, which I'm glad because I know it's for the longest time. We talked about it. We talked about it sort of like I need to stop. And you still have fun, and you still like enjoy yourself. I feel like. And I also realized like. It's also just you realize you guys actually don't need to drink to die. By the way, I can drink and enjoy, but I don't have to drink to die. Have a good time. So I think that's some of the ways in which my drinking has changed and just not everything that comes your way you're ready to take down. Yeah, so I think now even when I go out, I use my head, like really, like, okay, I've had 3 shots. Do I need to have 5?
Yeah.
And what is it going to change except affecting me tomorrow, except affecting how my meds interact with my system, except affecting my mood? Also, I know, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of us know about this, but like post drinking, depression and anxiety and those things are a thing, a big thing generally for anyone, because alcohol is a depressant. So I'm just like, I just reached a point where I was like, as in, I'm crying that I want help and I want things to work, but I'm going ahead to just destroy all the things that are supposed to be trying to help me. Also, like, I know my vulnerabilities. I know that I'm already sick. Why do I want to add a whole week of just
recovery
and uncontrolled emotions and thoughts and negative things when I'm already struggling? So I think for me, it just became a thing of like, I'll still enjoy, but also, prioritize myself. There are times though when you're just like, I need a drink. I want to let loose. I've had a long week, and I want to go out and have a glass of wine, or I want to go out and take some shots.
It's a healthy,
I want to sit and just drink a bottle with my friends.
Yeah.
But I guess finding the balance is really important.
It's the question.
Yeah.
It's the big question.
It's the big question.
Yeah. We also wanted to speak about the culture in Uganda.
Yeah. So I think, I feel like
how,
we should get into the culture.
Yeah, because we, as Shari said, we both were in school in South Africa.
Yeah, so you could even see the difference.
You could tell that the way people enjoy there and the way people enjoy here. And I remember me and Shari used to be like, oh, we want to go back home.
I always used to be like, I can't because you guys are boring.
Yeah, like we want to go back home because we knew this is where the party was. And I don't know, like, I think for me, I noticed it because it was my first, I went out first here. Like I think I went out like very calmly.
This is surprising me so much, bro.
Like, okay, I would
like
go.
Your snaps, you and Kippy. Also, you were in Rhodes and Grahamstown.
That's the thing. I didn't experience like the whole. But also because I was just like coming into myself. Like I feel like I was not yet like fully evolved. Like I was just still like.
That's one thing I also love about both me and Ethel. Me and Ethel will never jump to do a thing until we truly feel
like this is what I enjoy.
I'm sure.
I'm not gonna lie to myself that I'm really going.
Peer pressure does not. It's not a thing that I think about, and it has to do with dating, everything. Like everything we've done.
It's on our own timeline.
Yeah, like we've never done anything because we're like everyone is doing it now. Just do it, even though you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like if we're just like not understanding the thing, we don't.
That was me at uni. Like I was just like a bit confused as like, how do you actually, like, what is going on? What is going, like, how does this thing work? It was a very new phenomenon to me.
That's interesting.
And I think like when I came back home, it was a thing of like, it was an extreme now. And I thought that for the longest time, I thought that the way Ugandans party was normal. But now looking at it in hindsight, I'm like, it's really not normal. And I think, I don't know why though. Like
I have so many theories. I'm ready to go to give you all my theories. First of all, guys, I genuinely think that.
Sorry.
Until I'm leaving this in the video, you guys should know the real me. I think for me, like, I think about our drinking culture, and I think first of all, guys, it did not start with us. I don't know.
I don't think we make up the percentage.
When touch our bottle.
Yeah, when you look at percentages on like analytic docs and
you
stuff
can't
like
think
that,
it's just
it's not Bandali rice that makes up 90% that makes us the
That's
number one
actually
drinker.
facts.
It's like the rural areas, it's people in the villages.
TL
It's really
that's
not us.
making up those
stats. It's a much larger problem.
I
than
do
Kampala.
think on a more like social, political, sociological, from a sociological perspective, I do think it has a lot to do with our history and traditionally how we deal with trauma and various forms of oppression and things. Like, do you know, sometimes I hear stories from like my parents or aunties and uncles about just like turbulent times in Uganda and war, and the way I talk about it, I'm like, they talk about it, I'm like, it's not normal how you
like today we woke up,
that was trauma.
Was happening.
That was trauma. You don't just wake up and move on from trauma. Okay, you can wake up and choose to move on, but your body remembers trauma.
Yeah,
things like that. Also, like, I do think that like we live in quite an oppressive state, and I'm saying this as a very quite privileged middle class educated Uganda. Now, who makes like 1% of Uganda? When you think about so me, I feel oppression in ways of like freedom of speech, freedom of like there's various ways like the system's not working and all of that. Then you have someone who like is the reality of life, someone who lives like hand to mouth, the reality of that kind of oppression. When I think about like Uganda has been peaceful for years, but there has been war, guys. You sit and you have uncles who fought in that war and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that stuff,
and we don't talk about it. It's suppressed trauma.
It's not dealt with.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're oppressed in a way of like, you sit and you know that there's nothing you can do, guys. We don't have power. We do not have agency. What do? You just have to sit. By the way, that's why Ugandans are funny. Because you have to sit and
make
laugh.
light. Yeah, make light
and
of the
what else
moments.
can you do? Drink.
Yep.
You sit, you laugh, and you drink. Me, that's my first theory. And I also think we have a culture of silencing a lot of things. And I think silence
pushing things,
and suppression is passed down across generations. And I think it goes very well with drinking. And then also, if drinking becomes a problem with someone, it's drinking problems. The way like mental health problems can be passed down, drinking alcoholism can be inherited
100%.
in very many ways. Whether you inherit a vulnerability to addiction, or it's because that's what you've grown up seeing, stuff like that.
100%.
Oh, another thing that I really think contributes to our culture of drinking. You guys, we are bored. Because there's nothing to do.
Everyone always... No, but guys, are we the only country that's bored? That's what I want to know.
There is nothing to do. You guys...
Okay, no, but I feel like there's so many others.
Yeah, but you can think it's worlds apart.
Okay, no, leave Nairobi, leave South Africa, leave the UK. Like, I mean, like a normal country, like a small kind of country, but like Mozambique. Like, what do people in Mozambique do?
They go to the beach. Anyway, does Mozambique have a beach? Anyway, you guys, my honest truth is this place is boring.
I sometimes feel
every plot, you just have to go to the bar, you have to drink because there's things to do.
No, but it's because who builds the things to do? Isn't it the people who live in the country?
But my problem is that even if we make things to do, nobody comes.
That's true.
And I'm speaking from a very personal place.
Because I sometimes think about it, I'm like, so how can you say the country is boring, but then we're in charge of... Okay, we're not really in charge. But then who builds like the Didi's Worlds or like the amusement parks and things that?
I don't think your average Ugandan has spending power. So economically, we're not in that place. Economically, we're not in a place where people think that that's a thing that's even going to make them money. So why would they start
Why would they invest in that?
Why would they
invest in restaurants?
We invest in restaurants, and first of all, you go there for 1 month, and then guys stop going there. And the people that do have spending power, it's a very small majority. So I mean, it's a very small number. And even what they actually are willing to do with their money
is not.
It's not
on the culture. Like rich culture activities that would stimulate you.
That when I get money, or I'm making money in order to do
that's
this.
so interesting.
So I think that's another thing that contributes.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah. And I mean, on a more positive note, I do think we are very warm people. We like to enjoy, and we know how to kind of. I guess it is. In ways, it's a coping mechanism where I'm like, man, we know how to make the best of what we have.
But it's not a healthy.
It's
like long term, if you think about it, like I'm like, yes, it's not a cool thing.
Also,
I think it should change.
It's easily accessible. It's not expensive.
Yeah, it's quite cheap.
It's not expensive.
I just wish wine
was. Because I just think about cheap. Like wine in South Africa. I remember wine was affordable, cheap. It's made there. But every other alcohol, I'm like, do I have to sell you my kidney to drink gin? Meanwhile, I can just get waraji. I can walk out my house down to the road and buy a bottle of waraji and not really feel like...
I agree.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, I've broken the bank. It's also easily accessible. Like, things like... There's small things in other countries where, like, you can't buy alcohol past a certain time.
Yeah.
You can't buy alcohol at every supermarket. Like, things
and
like
you're drinking,
you can't walk around.
Earlier.
You know those rules in South Africa, you can't walk around
with a bottle.
You can't show a bottle. Like, things like that maybe contribute also to
first of all, that
regulating.
Stuff is so weird. Yeah.
It is strange.
It's very, very strange.
Alcohol intake. Yeah, so I think that with the culture of drinking that we have, I think why... And Ethel will add, why I think we've both found it important to speak about is when you start to see how that culture is affecting you or affecting someone you love who is not okay. And I think for us it's been... I really hope everyone has someone who truly cares for them. Because I know, guys, you can go out with guys every day.
They're drinking.
But are they your friends? Because it's a very thin line between... I'm drinking and I'm kawa. By the way, guys, that's the culture, but I never judge a person. I can never see someone drinking a lot and I decide they're drinking a lot because they have a problem.
Mind.
You know, someone can be drinking a lot and they're very kawa and they're healthy and they're okay. But someone can also be drinking a lot and it's just, you know, this person is not okay.
And it's good to have people in your life who can call you out and just and bring you aside. And you need those people in your life, definitely.
And I think that brings us into some of the lessons that Ethel and I have learned over the years. When it comes to drinking and learning how to drink responsibly and learning that drinking is not your life. You will not die if you don't drink.
And people have full lives.
It should not be that. It's very easy for drinking to become the basis of your social life in Kampala. And that's so sad. That's so sad and so boring and so dangerous.
It's so sad and so boring. But I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, or that the drinking culture in Uganda sort of showed me earlier on, I'm glad, is that how you had mentioned something about escapism. So for the longest time, I struggled with social anxiety. And I think for me, one of the lessons I've learned is not to try and overcompensate in a social space using alcohol. Like, it's okay to sometimes go out and just be quiet and not say anything. No one is going to beat you. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're going to be kawa.
It's even okay to go out and be uncomfortable and want to leave.
And go home.
Just be like, I want to go home early today.
I love what growing up has, like, made me be comfortable with. Because these days, I'm not... I used to feel tired. I used to be like, oh, no, I have to stay for more.
But you'd stay.
Exactly. When it's like, there's no one holding your leg and putting you. First of all, I think growing up, you realize that you live a different life from everyone you're going out with. So you might have a different day to them the next day. So it's just like being okay with not fitting in and doing the same number of shots as everyone or being as tipsy. Because I realized I used to drink because I wanted to feel comfortable.
The liquid courage.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to feel comfortable in the particular social space, and it just always would end badly because because I was drinking earlier, like it was earlier on in my age, and because I hadn't been drinking for time, so I didn't really understand how to drink and how to drink properly.
And then your tolerance is also quite low, I guess.
So I would just it was just bad. It would always end badly. Those were always the nights when it was just it was just not cute at all. Also check in with yourself, I guess, in relation to mental health, because the social anxiety is something I hadn't talked about. I had so much going on, but I had not spoken to anyone, even you probably didn't know much about it. I was just putting it in and just being I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna go, but then I think if I had shared, or if I had talked to myself about it, then I would be treating alcohol in a more healthy way at that point.
I think also a lesson from that, and it's something that I think we try to do in our friendship more now, especially knowing ourselves, alcohol is not the solution for an emotional problem.
Exactly.
It might work for the moment, and it often works. And I know there's oftentimes it's you're feeling sad or something has happened, let's go drink. And it feels like it works, but it's not healthy. I wouldn't say it's healthy.
And I like that we talk more. Yeah. I like that in this relationship. Okay,
and it's just, I feel like there's even times where I'm just I don't know, let's say I've had some sort of nervous breakdown or panic attack, and I'm just tired and I'm a bit crying and everything. And me, I'm okay, you know what? Just put on clothes, just go and find guys where they are. And Ethel's no, bro.
No need.
No, what? You're not doing that.
I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have this friendship as that. It's one of those things that remind me that I'm not going to find what I'm looking for when I go out. And usually when I have very hectic nights, I always have to ask myself the next day. And I know sometimes I did too much. Sorry, the other day was
I was okay, but don't shame yourself.
Don't be too hard on yourself and stuff. But sometimes I'm bro, I feel there's something in my life that I need to
deal with.
Just think about and consider, because those things never happen. It's never just a random night or a random thing for me. It's always something deeper. Yeah.
I feel for me, actually, lesson 2, and also a huge disclaimer for this video, is shame is not the way to get yourself out of a habit into a habit, or to change your shame does nothing for you. It's so useless. So even with drinking, even with knowing our drinking culture, even if you're watching and you feel ish man, I drink too much, or you feel you can't relating, okay, cool, but don't shame yourself. You won't be even us, by the way, we're here jazzy
or not,
doesn't mean that the way we drink is perfect, and we're not in any way shaming different lifestyle choices or anyone who goes out a lot or whatever. And we're not saying we don't go out. We're just, I guess, reflecting and having a conversation. So I think that's also another thing, shame is not the way to fix the issues.
And thank you for teaching me that. I feel like that's something that I'm learning. I've not yet fully learned, but
it's
Shari
like a
is
thing,
always reminding me. Always.
You can't shame your way. You can't shame yourself into the person you want to be, guys. It's me, something else I've learned, a lesson I've learned with alcohol, and as I get older, is even just like financially, budget-wise. Like, why is all my money going to booze? I should stop complaining that, oh my God, I have to work to make money, I'm broke, and every time I make money, it goes, and I can't buy this, and I want to travel, and I can't do this. If I'm prioritizing my boozing that much, what do I expect? Like, genuinely, for me, something I've started actively doing is just like, I actually watch how much I spend on alcohol. Yeah. Doing it big all the time, it's a lot.
It's not necessary.
Another huge lesson. And I think I'm still learning this one because we've done it here, and I'm realizing I need to do it in all my relationships. If you truly care for someone and they're your friend, do not get confused and think you're spending time together and loving each other and being friends because when you party a lot together. I feel like there's even a time where me and Ethel, I'm not going to say people's names because I feel like it's our channel, not theirs. But I feel like we sat down with friends and we were really like, we had spent so much time together but so little time together. You don't realize how much pain this one is in, how much this one is going through, how much you relate to this one, how much things this one is carrying, and yet you claim to love each other and be real friends. That's nonsense. And so I think even like what I enjoy about my drinking right now, even when I decide to go hard, when I look around me, everyone I'm drinking with is my guy. And you know what's happening with them. So, you can't just be like... Even if we don't know what's happening with each other, I know that I might be drinking and someone will come to me and be like, hey, bro, like... Is everything calm? Do you want a bottle of water? Or, something. Yo, remember on Wednesday you were going through this? Do you think this is wise? Or, bro, don't you have a shoot tomorrow? Like, I appreciate that. We can go hard, but I also know that, like, we're gonna talk and chill. And we have parts of our relationship where we just like are people who love to hang out kind of thing. So that's also a big lesson. And I'm saying this for like, if there's anyone on our channel that's like younger than us that watches our channel, I feel like you're in the prime and enjoy it. Hey, Bambi guys, enjoy it. Please do. I mean, even us, we're still enjoying, but when I think about 19, 20, 21, enjoy it. But also know that those people that you love and that you want to do life with, don't get lost in the enjoyment that you're not people to and for each other. There's days when like, shout out Kippy, but like Kippy is like one of my favorite people because Kippy is a person who's like, we're partying today, let's party, shots. But the moment you tell Kippy like, I'm not okay, she knows how to like, or if you just like, she's just a person who I'm like, even if we're going out, she knows I'm going to enjoy with her, but if she knows I'm not okay or for some reason I shouldn't be drinking like that today or whatever, she knows how to that and help you through it and kind of be your accountability person in a way. And that thing of also respecting, I think I've seen it on Instagram sometimes when people are like, Ugandans have this habit and it's always like people, why don't you drink? Or like when someone says they're not drinking, you find it like it's on you and you've been tasked to convince them to drink or like to ask them or to like make fun of them about why they stopped drinking or whatever. Like, I want us to normalize. One of the lessons I've learned and I'm learning is that respect people's decisions to drink or not to drink. It's I think it can take a lot. I don't think it's an easy thing to do, especially when you have been in a particular kind of lifestyle and you're trying to switch. So I think the least that we can do, that we can all do for those people is to just show them love and to affirm them in their decision and respect their decision. I think I want to share like a little tip for anyone who struggles with their mental health or has a mental illness, or even just has like a chronic illness that relates. Your body and your brain, it's not like everybody's body and brain, and alcohol affects both those things. So don't always play hard guy. It's okay to not be able to take what everyone else can take. So even though there might even be a normal amount and you feel like what you can take is below that normal amount, stick to that. Like, it's not worth it. Because you'll drink the same amount as your birthday, but you'll wake up tomorrow and maybe then they'll just have a hangover and then be over it and get up. Bro. You now have triggered a depressive episode of 2 months. You're just confusing your brain for no reason. And you're working to improve that situation and then you just fall back. You're taking steps back. Yeah. You're taking steps back. Think about that. You're taking steps back. And also like know your people. Like,
I think going out with people who you've communicated to,
that kind of thing,
and
too.
you're going out. I'm not a fan of going out with people who I'm not close with, or like, especially when I know I want to have a great night, I want to have a good night. I think I would really, really like, I've seen the value, of having someone who I know, this person has got me. I wouldn't just go out with like randoms or strangers. So that has really helped me as well.
Shnaks is about friendship. A big thing about this channel, a big thing about our creativity, a big thing that we talk about is about friendship. And friendship for us has been a great way to kind of
support each other,
counter the culture in whatever ways we feel like we need to counter it. Accountability,
keeping each other in check,
everything.
Guys.
So my advice would be, have those people, and if you don't have them, look for them, man. Look for them. Look for those people.
You need them. So what kind of support do you feel like you've received from this friendship in terms of your drinking journey, and I guess like this, maybe the struggles that you've experienced or had?
I think I've enjoyed that. Like, Ethel always reminds me that, like, bro, I have this thing where, like, so my energy, what I'm able to do, especially when I'm not well, leave drinking. Even just being active and social is sometimes hard. And I said this in another video, but number one, I hate letting my friends down, and I hate not being part of their lives in any way. Quality time is so important to me. But Ethel always reminds me, like, bro, if you're not able to go out in this season, you think you'll stop being my best friend? You think we're going to stop being your friends? Tell us you're not kawa and we find other ways to hang out. If you're feeling like I'm not able to go out right now, then if you can't drink like that right now, if the plot seems to be that right now, but you can't do that, you're real friends. We're here. We will do other things with you. We'll sit with you.
Set up a picnic blanket outside. We'll claim a tattoo cards. There's the people who really love you. You can't, and that's why, Shari, when you said make sure that you have friends make sure you know how your friends are outside of like drinking, because you need to have relationship outside of partying. And I think you will find that your relationship, this Shnaks friendship would exist without partying. Like, we could both stop drinking and we'd still have a solid friendship. And I think that should be a lot of friends or people that you keep around. Like, it can be an element that makes you enjoy, but it shouldn't be the reason.
And I think for any like women, girls, whatever watching this, I think South Africa really drilled this thing into us. Safety when you're out. And to be honest, when you're intoxicated, your safety is that the risk is higher. And I think something Ethel and I do, sometimes it happens by God's grace, but sometimes I think we watch each other and we know. I feel like we always know. I always know when this is Ethel's
something.
You know when someone has reached and you decide, I need to chill. Because now I'm responsible for this person. Not responsible like they're going to be falling and what, but I need to be a bit more alert. So she's kind of, you can tell when you're like, okay, she's having fun. Like, I'm still having fun and I'm drinking, but I realize that there's a threshold I cannot pass. We cannot both pass that threshold.
I love that. And I love that. Like, and I don't see, it's very different with girls. And I know we've been conditioned, like we've had to do it for our survival. But I really like going out with my girlfriends because I know
the way we take care of each other.
I know I'm kawa. Like, I know I'm good. My friends are not going to leave me. Like,
we move like a herd.
Yeah.
Like, one person is going to the bathroom. Pick your bags. We are going to the bathroom.
What kind of support do you think you'd like to receive? Like, that you think could improve things?
From you?
From friendships generally. Or it could even be from like any kind of support. I don't think it has to be restricted to friendships, but I think friendships could be one way. I think I'm good
right now in my life. I think I'm good. I think I'm good because
that's beautiful.
My friends respect me, but also I feel a lot more independent in terms of
your choices.
Yeah. If I'm not coming, I'm not coming. So I don't have.
And you know,
I don't have that thing of I'm coming, but I'm not okay. So you guys, sometimes I'm just like, if I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. Or even if I'm there, but I'm just like, I'm here, but this is what I'm doing while I'm here. So I feel like right now I'm happy that I'm in a space where I feel confident in how able I am to take care of myself in that regard.
I'm so proud of you.
But I also feel like I have what I need from my friends, and I also feel like my boys, like my people who I be hanging out with right now, which is mostly like Kippy, Ethel, Keith, Melvin, Thomas. Like, I'm so safe. Guys, I'm so safe. I'm so safe. I'm not worried about anything right now.
That's such a healthy space to be in. Yeah, I also like that I'm at this point, like, I like being an adult. This is the one thing I like about being an adult, because I can own up to my decisions. I can say, I'm going to do this, and these are the results of what I'm going to do. I can pull out from situations. I have the liberty to leave when I want to leave. I like that. And I also like that I feel very comfortable, as Shari said. Like, the kind of people I spend time with, like, now, I don't feel like I have to run away.
Yeah.
It's not like, I
man.
feel so safe with my people, and I love that. I love that for us. I really do. It's a nice space to be in.
Guys.
It's a really cute space.
I would love to know what.
I like to open up a discussion. Like, I want this video to be just the
wherever
beginning.
DM us.
Yeah.
I would love to know what people think. If you agree, if you disagree, if you have questions, if you also have your own thoughts.
What do you guys think? Yeah, like, I would really want to know what people think about the drinking culture, and how have you guys navigated it? Like, are you guys coping? How have you coped? How have you not coped?
What do you feel like you need help with?
Yeah,
hit us up, guys. You have our socials are always in our description.
Oh, yeah.
Our email is in our description, and the comments are open to everyone.
This has been nice.
Our DMs be dry sometimes, man. Guys, talk to us,
please.
This has been lovely.
It's been cute.
Thank you, guys, again, as always, for staying to the end. And yeah.
Stay safe.
Drink responsibly.
Hey.
But man, guys, enjoy.
Yeah.
Life must be lived.
With
enjoy.
a big...
Chop life, for sure. Chop life. That's one. We've said everything but chop life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, and bye.